the story. I'm gonna lower my camera as well. The hell?
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help? You think it's murder?
Okay.
Yeah, that's me. But February, I mean, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder? I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
I'm just gonna add that a little bit.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
I'm just gonna do this random game and see what happens. Okay. Oh.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work, mirror making, feature windows, artistic things, really beautiful things.
Okay. And then there's this one.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair. And border photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
Okay.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they have in sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks. Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games, climb the tower. save the princess, that kind of thing. Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next? When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street. No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said.
Argument?
He likes Helen. He likes blondes. So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Oh shit, I didn't click exit. Okay, so let me add that. Let me go to this one.
There's married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those you're close to. There's married couple stuff.
Okay, nothing about that.
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way. Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock. Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong. No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone Simon knew from the Rock.
What was their name? Paul? No. It was this one.
It's the Rockington Arms.
There we go, Rockington Arms. No, same one.
It's the Rockington Arms. The couple, Peter and Susan.
Peter, that's it, Peter. Peter. Anything about Susan? No. Plumber. Nope. Smith.
My name is Hannah. H-A-N-N-A-H. It's palindrome. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work if you mirror it though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, I mean, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith, I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we figured out her name. I've just done that again. Oops. Oh, good. Right. Oh, line sets us.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Oh, wait. Lie detector.
Yes, I'll take a lie detector test.
Okay, she agreed to it. Alright.
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work? My name. That was the only question I failed.
What?
Your lie detector works.
Fake name, no.
What are you doing talking about Eve?
Okay. We're learning something.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't.
Huh?
She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Okay. What the fuck was that?
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place. Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Ooh.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
Bipolar? Or similar person?
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers. letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand. I guess I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
She's twiddling her thumbs a bit too much.
No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Here we go.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Really, really hate her, eh?
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it out. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown.
Okay, so she's like a bitch.
But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up afterwards. It was a love-hate relationship.
Tell myself about that.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young. We ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with
Good
him.
old Bob Dylan.
The taxi driver we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off. My mother called me Eve. When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly. And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving licence on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine.
Pregnant?
The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
There we go.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married. Yes, I'm fine.
Hmm.
I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. It's morning sickness.
That's 27th. Wait, when was this? 25th. Hang on a minute. 20, that's 2 days later.
No. Well, yes. You found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant. It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince, and Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind, but she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much? Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour? Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again? Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Mentioning your dolls, okay.
We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life.
Yeah, a lot of hair
This
talking deep.
huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates.
Hey, mate.
At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper and dressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger. Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories.
So what I'm doing is I'm looking through it.
Yes. I read a lot as a child.
And learning a lot.
Watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play out there and...
Not long. I think we've been playing for like a little bit, my friend. Like, not too long, like maybe about, what? A little 20 minutes maybe?
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories. I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it.
Man.
I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, The lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, and gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Before I go to the dollhouse, I want to learn if they've got any more. Nah, okay.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon.
Yeah.
Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, the dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Okay, so there's a lot of talk about their parents. We haven't searched that yet, but we'll watch this one first.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised, wallpaper. And insisted dollhouse and all.
Cheers for hydrate, Emily.
Simon never went up there.
Eric. I keep hearing about Eric as well, so you know what? We're gonna go for Eric. Pepper. Yep.
He was wearing a shirt. It's a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric.
Fucking Eric.
Coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear.
Paddington.
He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
How would she? You know what?
Yes, there's a car that we share.
A Cavalier. Oh, that's
Cavalier.
something big.
And a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
I'd rather not let her go back. Even though she probably did go back.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa.
A Visa.
A silver one.
It's credit card.
He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But Eric convinced him to get one.
Eric convinced him to get one. Ah, okay.
Eric was like an uncle to him.
Uncle.
They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Oh. Ah, new name. Diane.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Okay, this is good.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year.
Oh.
It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, it must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
Ah.
Not really.
We got London and Glasgow
He
to
would
look
go
up
to the
as well.
pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house.
Pub. Sorry.
Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
The fuck is fennel?
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. And they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist.
Perfectionist, okay.
But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
Yeah, you keep mentioning Diane, but we can't get to her. Anyway, let's go about the Glasgow story, yeah?
I got in the car and I drove.
Mm.
I just kept driving north.
I am from
Just
the north.
kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could.
Why?
When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep. Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car.
Okay.
I woke up because a rubbish truck went past.
Mm-hmm.
I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from a payphone, and then headed back.
Surely wouldn't we have the logs at our payphone if we asked the other companies?
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Wait, what? Okay. That's that. Then there was London, which is only that one. Okay. Parents. There we go.
No, I lost the baby.
Rest in
I had a
peace.
miscarriage at 8 months.
Mhm.
We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Sad time.
Then my parents died.
Whoa.
It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then
Oof.
my parents.
That is rough. So there was Eric, Diane.
I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got
Doug?
a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us, there's always been pressure.
Huh? But that's something new.
Well, there you go. How many kids?
So, Mr. Doug. Who is Mr. Doug?
Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and
Eleanor's.
they're very
Oh,
worried.
another name. Eleanor.
I feel sorry for them.
Okay.
I hoover, I dust every week, maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. I mean, last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that.
Don't start judging the woman. Don't do that.
Okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in, Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes in the shoe rack. I shouted out. I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly in the living room, nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom and he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you.
The contradiction's there. You can already tell there's contradictions. Like, the contradictions are there, you can hear them. And see them.
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer.
Okay, so that must be Simon's
It was
parents.
a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It was just awful.
So if I type in Eleanor, there's one.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
What the fuck? Okay. Spilled coffee. Well done. Death. Oh.
They said it was food poisoning.
Oh.
There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, I mean, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them. I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD.
What?
And I came down one morning
STD?
and they were dead.
What?
They were in bed and both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot.
Sorry.
I slept through it.
Can we roll that back a second? STD? What the fuck you got STD from,
The
love?
police said it was the mushrooms they ate.
Who are you fucking?
Dad was a mushroom expert. I mean, he used to take us picking with him and he taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way he would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
What's that mean? They never even looked in the attic.
The whole thing was wrong.
Hmm.
The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You can probably check that. We never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need.
Mm-hmm.
Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up I think it was parcel tape, but I think it was ours.
No attic.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Sam's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff, sad stuff, about when we lived there, about the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed, and I never had the heart to throw out. I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place.
Wrong place, you say?
Cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags.
Bin bags?
Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed, and that's when I called the police.
Body?
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people had been there through my things. It's like I'd been burgled. Only worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't lived in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation.
Cremation, okay.
So, it happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Huh? What?
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes.
Yeah, that's like me.
I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body.
I feel like I've seen this before.
His body. It didn't look real. And his throat.
Tell me
It
it's...
looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. He has these thick glasses. He doesn't always wear. Really? Okay. Here's the rest. They laid a body on the dock to dry. Oh, the wind and the rain, till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking a fiddle bow of her long hair. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made fiddle pegs of her finger bows. Oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bows. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle out of her breastbone. Oh, the wind and rain. The sound could pierce a heart of stone. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. But the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the wind and the rain. Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you. Can you imagine? I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but it didn't happen. I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had. I was prettier. I mean, how could we stay the same now? I felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths. We had become different.
Speaking of which, STD.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again.
Separated, okay.
I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out.
She was
but
jealous.
In case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig. Hannah and I would meet up in the park.
Park,
I was
okay.
trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I mean, I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers. Drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways.
That's a mad sentence.
I was 17.
What?
It felt like I was being punished.
17 and you're trying to get pregnant?
But it was Hannah who had betrayed us.
What?
I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD.
She said 17. Trying to get pregnant. Got an STD.
When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me.
What?
She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier.
Hmm.
Found it hard to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it.
Is she bipolar or something? Or BPD? No, not BPD.
We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon
Split
as
personality.
possible, and then I could move in.
Even though they did say twins. I don't know, you
That was
know.
the plan. Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
Yes, I am.
Are you out of your mind?
No.
Twins?
She never knew.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that.
Oh, really?
Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper. up in our attic.
Oh.
Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her.
Hmm.
Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things. Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His
Sad
parents paid for
time.
everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
I'm missing something.
No. Well, yes. You found out on my bed. Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that. It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present. From when I woke up. Okay. I woke up.
Mm-hmm.
Simon was already up and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work, had some birthday cake, children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. Turned into a big argument. Simon left. I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think. So I left.
Yeah, okay.
A week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house.
Did I type London yet? I did. Okay. Baby.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton.
Brighton.
It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
They mentioned Rome. I need to remember Rome, Brighton, and Portsmouth.
We couldn't afford our own place. Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope. Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible.
Let me guess.
I don't know what he... I mean, I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
Did she I'm gonna have to type it. Abortion? No, okay. Brighton. Only that one. Portsmouth. Okay. Rome. No, okay. Throat.
On his throat. How? Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon.
Mm-hmm.
He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut.
They both said it was on the floor, but not in the living room. And one cellar, one
There's a lot of
floor,
blood.
living room. We're cracking it.
He was dead.
I'm spotting you, love. Don't worry.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present.
What's
She
what
went
killed him?
crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Ah, accidental murder. Mirror.
It wasn't the present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror. A nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
And he made one for your sister, right?
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. I haven't looked at it since.
This is a story game.
Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique.
Oh, it's good
The
story
reflection
game.
isn't as good.
Called Her Story.
Mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection. When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but
I don't know. Living room.
okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road.
Mm.
I walked up to the house. I knocked on the door.
Have I heard
No
this?
answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The
No.
main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried
Wait.
to turn it to the left.
I think I've heard this. I'm not sure. Oop. Broken mirror. Okay. No. No. There's something I know I need to do this. There's something I need to find. One volume missing. Forensic. This is put the game on screen. Nah, I'm not. Move that over there. Nah, I don't know.
I mean, it wasn't the present so much, it was...
Wait, here we go. That's it. Present. Aha!
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself. I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby.
Oh!
It's been hard trying to give it up.
Nah, you're...
I think they say you can have 1 cup.
Nah.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar.
She was pregnant.
Sweet enough as it is. No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water. Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
Water. Okay, nah. There's something we're missing here. I'm trying to think. Dead baby, boom.
That's all that matters, really. The baby. Simon's dead. But the baby, that's how he will live on. Our baby. You're reaching here. And I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone.
Oh.
I've never taken anything from anyone.
She's very defensive.
Simon's dead.
She's very defensive. Hang on a minute.
But I have my baby to care
Nah, there's something up with you, love, I can tell.
for. Why are you
Cross
trying to be
examination.
sad?
Yeah, nah, you're lying.
Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife.
Oh, you're
Is
upset.
this your thing?
We struck a nerve. We struck a nerve. We struck a nerve.
No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon.
Oh, we struck a nerve.
Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday. Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy.
Also, that
We
title
relate
was
to
new.
each other. Life isn't a fairy tale.
We need to look at that.
Do what you can. It was supposed to be a secret.
Whoa, what?
Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford. There was a conference, something to do with double glazing, in Oxford. Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Ah.
So I moved out. Got a small bed set. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings.
Oh.
So I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since.
Oh, we figured a lot out here.
I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist. He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was.
Uh-oh.
He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, well, that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married.
Oh.
I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream. Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic. No. I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar. I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
There's one thing I'm thinking here. Nothing but the beach. There's something.
Nothing else happened that night.
figured it out, figured it out, figured it out, figured it out, figured it out.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off with the camera.
Okay, glasses is what
But
we
he
need
needs
to
them
fetch as well.
to see properly, you know. He has to read a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. He likes TV. Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake. But on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me. I thought it made me sound suspicious. It's not a normal thing to do, to drive to the other end of the country. I wanted to keep it simple. I knew it was stupid not to tell you everything. Saying I spent the night in Glasgow when my husband went missing, I thought it would, distract you from what was important. It's different now. Now he's... They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful. It was so soon after my miscarriage. The worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and after that it was just like, fuck. Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence? Of course I thought about what happened then. It's all I've thought about. My husband is dead.
Miscarriage, wait, miss.
Yeah. I mean, I was infertile.
Infertile?
Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications. Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then... a mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number.
Okay.
Oh, it's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle. I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers. No. Everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier, he doesn't have much money. I don't know. I don't know.
Wait. Paul. No. School.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. It was a good job for a girl back then. I didn't work a till or anything though, I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
Okay.
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed. Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. Got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best at a subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us. Some things one is better than the other at. Differences?
Twins.
She
Yeah,
was better than
apparently.
me. She passed the test for us.
Apparently
Tried
so.
to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything.
Apparently they're twins and everything, so we're learning.
She is the shy one.
Shy. Okay.
She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl.
Carl?
Hannah met him first.
Carl.
She had
New
such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What?
It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze.
Incest?
We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Did she just say she fucking fucked her sister with a hairbrush? Carl. No. Carl.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit. But he was sexy. We were 15. No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once.
What?
Stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family. Family. So,
Sweet
Carl
home
fucked off.
Alabama.
and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon. Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon. We both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had the one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, it was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another Carl on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back. After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
The husband's dead. I've already put twins in. Jealousy. Nothing. Unless it's like... Is it like that? It's not okay. Rules.
Okay. She's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity. Did they catch her there? I don't know. Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page.
Oh.
We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them. It lasted about 6 months. I tried to carry on, but everything was different. Hannah insisted I not pretend to be her around Simon, let alone sleep with him. We didn't share him like the others. The rules had changed. Me living in the attic had become weird in a way it hadn't been before.
Okay. And then imaginary. No. No. I've already put that in, man. Because look, Eve. No more. And then there's Hannah, which is no more. I'm trying to think, you know, there's a lot. Because, like, oh, good point. Good point. No. Sex. Oh! Okay.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private?
Not anymore, love.
Are you married? How is your sex life?
Incoherent.
So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
Okay.
No! You're talking to the wrong person if you think I'm some kind of slut. If you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
Wait, gangbang? 1 minute. No, it just felt like she said mentioned it. Affair. Boom.
An affair? Simon wasn't having an affair.
I think he was, love.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him.
Maybe.
I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
That's what they all say. We know the story of a fucked up wife killing her husband before they have a kid. Wait, divorce. Oh. No, that's the only one we've already seen. Married. Aha!
A long time.
Marriage.
We got married when I was 17.
Okay. There's a lot of the word 17
Childhood sweethearts.
and 15. I need to look at them ages in a minute.
Are you married, detective?
No, love, I'm quite fucking single.
When you've been married for
Teens,
10
yeah.
years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. And he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive aggressive, so we don't normally argue directly about anything.
No. 17. Scene order. 15. No. Another one in years or 10. Oh wait, no. There we go.
Good. Happy. I mean, ups and downs like any couple, I guess, but we've been married for over 10 years.
What about couple? Okay. Marriage. Yeah.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing. He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously. After the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house.
Kiss,
To their
maybe, yeah.
house. So,
It was definitely
it
him.
was definitely him.
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me.
Different. That's the word.
I almost burst out laughing.
Alright, so we do kiss. Yeah, we're getting some and then different.
Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt guilty after the kiss. But then it began to feel like this was the way it should be. Sharing.
Oh
Like
shit.
we had before. He never mentioned her to me. There was the Simon with me and the Simon with her.
Oh. Simon with both of
It
them.
was almost like it was a different Simon.
Another different. I said it. Different is a big word. Different is a big word in this. Okay. Hang on a minute. Different. Damn it. Okay. We've already searched Simon, so let's type his full name in. No. Simon, no. Secrets. There's one.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code.
Not code.
Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
Here we go. Code, maybe.
Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Cat. So, code. Nope. The not code. Nope. Cat. Aha! Cat!
No, they were shut. Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. They're stifling in summer.
Maybe,
They were
maybe.
painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally.
So we've got cat. We might need to
There's a cat
die.
flap in the back door.
Cat flap. Okay.
No, no cat.
What?
My parents had a cat before they died called Domino.
Domino.
It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it. This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap? We loved our cat, Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
Okay. Done that. Is it mum like that? It is, and it's no. Domino. No. Cat flap. Garden.
I think so. I mean, to get into our garden, we'd have to
Yep.
climb through other gardens. All the gardens back onto each other, so you'd have to climb over 1, 2, 3 gardens to get to ours. I mean, did anyone see anything? Did anyone see anyone come and go? An intruder?
An intruder. Okay. Words.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember.
Diary,
Since I
yeah,
was a
that could
girl.
be one.
Helps make sense of my day.
So a diary is
I'm
going to come up.
forced to put something into words.
Something into words, yeah.
Just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
Already got it. Page. No. Birds. No. I'm thinking. Notes. No, these are all the same. I'm trying to think. Bell. Bing bong.
Okay, you got me. I'll confess.
Huh?
We were there. It was a dirty weekend. Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room
Hotel.
service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
I think I'm gonna dissect that from romantic. Church. We've heard a bit about church.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember well I went over the river.
Mm-hmm.
And then there was a church there. Yeah. And I probably parked. Well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be
What
this
street
one.
was that, sorry?
Yeah, there it is.
Princess Street. Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Car.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one.
Princess Street
There.
as well. There we go.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left,
I left too.
I left too.
Okay.
I was upset and I wanted to get away,
Night, yeah.
so I took the car. I left the next day, Saturday.
Argument,
I
fight,
sat for a few hours
night,
in the
yep.
car.
Gotcha.
Okay,
I'll keep stitching.
I came straight back. Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there and I... Excuse me. Is there a bin?
That's suspicious as fuck. Hang on a minute.
I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted. I didn't. I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
Argument, no. Fight? No. Alcohol? No. It's slowly coming together, you can see. Spelled it wrong. Oh. Is that a spot? Okay. Princess Street. Wait, no, hotel. There we go.
And the hotel said he was there?
Um. Suspicious. Them three we've already got. Puke. No. Hospital. Aha!
Ask the hospital. I don't see how it's hard. We'd established I was in Glasgow when he was killed.
Glad.
I've spoken with the hospital.
Alright. Nah, already got all them. We done Glasgow. Gift. I think I've done present already. Yeah. Animal. No. Cheat. No. I'm trying to think here because there's a lot that we need to look for. Nah, I think I did that. Yeah, I did look. Yeah. There you go. I think, wait. Drugs.
No, not drugs. I mean, he drinks, but never very much. He goes to the pub and has one or two. Sometimes we go together. He drinks wine with food, but no, he doesn't have any kind of drinking problem.
Wine. No. Food. Aha.
At the time they said it was poison,
Food poisoning.
food poisoning.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I felt so guilty.
Go.
If I'd still been at
Job,
home.
work, yeah.
Maybe I could have done something. I don't know.
Fuck, wrong button. See, I notice I do this a lot. It's because I keep pressing escape on a lot of things. Work. Oh, one more.
No. I'm not sure what Strange would be, but he hasn't been acting odd.
Hmm.
He's been busy at work, but nothing too stressful.
Busy, work. Clothes. Yep, done all that. Job. Oh.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children.
I've done that already, I
Simon
believe.
was quiet,
The Glaziers, I've done that.
more thoughtful than the other boys.
Quiet.
Even then,
Ooh.
he had a sense of
Quiet.
craftsmanship.
Oh, craftsmanship,
He
wait.
wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys
Shy
married are just
boy.
running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah. Plus he
Okay.
had that look.
Fairy tale.
Prince from one of my books.
Hang on a minute. Fairy tale. Fairy tale could be the big one. Hang on. So I'll do quiet. Nope. Shy. Yes, we have a shy.
No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End.
In North End,
We went to see
Preston.
Whiskey Business. I
Ah,
had on my one best dress.
friend. Date.
Simon paid. He bought me a Whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
What's that? That?
Simon's parents offered to put me up, but I didn't think it would be a good idea.
Mm.
It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
No, and then what was it I said? There was something I said. Shit, I forgot as soon as you said thing. Shy, quiet. Odeon? Fairy tale, yeah. Oh, go on.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me.
Mm.
Do you want to hear the story? It's
Adopted.
a real life fairy tale.
Adopted. 1 minute. Adopted. Nope. Fuck. Story. Aha!
Yes, like a story.
A beginning, a middle, and an end.
And an end. Well, she has a knife. She's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. And he's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's ill and he might die. It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure it ends.
Ill. That's what I was thinking a minute. Nah. Wife. No. Knife. Ah!
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself.
Sad,
I
yeah.
wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on
Mother
adventures,
reflection.
but I never
Yeah,
could.
hair.
Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV.
This is very interesting.
TV was magical.
TV.
But it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
Books, okay. So, well, what did we have first? We had sad. Yep.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped.
She's
here.
She's there.
She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Oh! That one took a turn.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother.
Oh!
And so it's fine.
Brother. Okay. So we got sad hair.
What kind of hairs?
What kind of hairs, eh?
You want me to play something?
Uh-oh. Time to listen music.
I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. It's okay. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street.
Musical could be next, yeah.
There were two sisters came walking by the sea.
I have that guitar.
Oh, the wind and the rain.
I swear that's my guitar.
The eldest one pushed the other one.
You're joking me. Hang on a minute.
Dreadful.
I have that guitar, bro. Hang on a minute.
So they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain.
That is the same guitar.
Cared for the youngest one. All the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest
We have the same guitar.
sister fair.
That's mad.
Oh, the wind and the rain. With a pretty little face.
She has the same
and
guitar as
long
me.
blonde hair.
Okay.
Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So she pushed her in and held her
Rain.
down. Oh, the wind and the rain. Watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain. Floated till a ship came by. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain.
I'll read it. Forgive me. I need to do one more.
Out comes the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain. Father dear, here swims and swan. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. And then it gets really weird, so I think that's a good place to stop.
Gets a little weird. Okay. So what was it? Reflection. I'm going through your messages first. Nope. I can't even spell. There we go.
Yes. The first time we saw each other, it was strange.
And then mother.
Both realised at the same moment, I think. We must have seen each other before, but there was this instant when we first realised it wasn't a reflection.
What?
The reflection was staring back. I think I was 5. It was my birthday. My reflection was wearing a party hat and waving. I knew what party hats were from books. And it suddenly occurred to me, today must be my birthday. I waved back and we just spent ages waving at each other and
Isolated, yeah.
copying each other's movements. I wanted to see my reflection.
Oh boy.
I thought that if I touched her, something would happen. We would become one.
Merge.
One girl. The fairy tale was over, the witch was dead, and I'd be restored to my rightful place.
What the fuck? Alright, calm down, love. I don't want to see that. Mother.
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby.
Baby was a girl.
We were going to call her Sarah.
Sarah.
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana,
Ah,
but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
baby. I've already done baby. Next was strict. Nope. So then we scroll down, we see a musical.
No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical.
Ah, he wasn't, was
He
he?
liked to listen, but he was tone deaf.
Tone deaf. Oof. Hello. I've gone back up. What the hell? What the hell? My first trip needs to go or hobby. Sing. Nope. Rain. Nope. Isolated. Nope. Birthday. Nope. Lonely. Nope. Copying. No. Same one. Her. Nope. Girl. Nope. And I think I've already done baby. I think, let me just check one more time. Baby. Yeah, I've already done that. There's gotta be something. Something to stick out. Wait. Wait, Sarah? No. Ava? Lonely? I've done that, bro. It didn't work. It's about like this. Okay. That's it. There's something we're here missing in. Happy. Yep.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay.
Come Back and
I'm
Stay.
not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose
Wedding,
it.
yeah.
I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment.
The two of us.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try. Just the two of us. Nah. Music. No. Song. No. Singer. No. Honeymoon? No. Young. No. Old. Aha!
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets.
Oh! Crime. Nope. Ticket.
He has a wallet, a huge, silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff,
Record.
business cards,
Record.
receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bag there.
Money, yeah.
Sets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before when he comes in.
In the
He's
house.
in the house.
Okay.
I remember the ticket, of course. I paid it without telling Simon. Didn't want to get told off. And they put points in the licence. Okay?
Huh?
I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records?
And you're saying money.
Sure, I think. I do all the bills and paperwork and handle all the money stuff, so it should be easy for me to find. Do you want them dropped off to you? If you put me on You've Been Framed, I want the money.
Okay. Nope, done test. Wallet. No. Body. TV. No. Books. No. Depressed. No. Upset. I'm trying to think now. Alone. Help. Ah! Help!
Sure, yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there.
That could be good. Nope. Invisible. No. Afraid. Scared. Tired.
This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry, the kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left. It's like I told you before, I drove. I took the car and drove.
Angry.
I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me.
Phone, yeah. I'm thinking, I think I heard Drum say it was infertile at one point. Child. Angry. Wig. Oh.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig?
Nah, you know something, love. You wouldn't say you mean...
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig?
She's being persistent. Phone, no. A and B. Nope. Cool.
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone.
Oh.
She never calls me that.
Never calls you sister. Oh. We're getting somewhere. Police? Nothing. Crying. Bride. Wrong. Sister.
When she went home, Simon had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She knew. My sister is gone.
New look.
And she's never coming back. I mean, what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him?
Crazy. Nope. Nah. Cut. Hurt.
Suicide? No. I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself? No. Bruce? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen and the chair slipped and I kind of hit the door with my face. I mean, it hurt like hell.
Bruce, a big one, yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Something must have happened to him on his way home. He could be hurt. I mean, why hasn't he phoned? I don't know. Hurt someone? Yes. But everyone thinks that from time to time, right? You just want to lash out. If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull out Hannah's to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night,
Match.
she had to do the same to me. And she almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snuck frozen peas up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies were synchronised anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Nah, none of you match.
Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match. Fucking do it.
Oh.
Fine. I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once burnt my hand on the oven. Fingerprints?
DNA, yeah.
Yes. Yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too. With the fingerprints in all those places. Could they have been my parents' fingerprints. I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
No, not DNA. Love. Yep.
Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much.
Something about her makes it feel like she killed him. I can't like the contradictions you're seeing in her eyes and everything.
No. I mean, he was... Everyone
Her
loves
face.
Simon. He was so nice to everyone.
The
He
subtle
loves me.
slowness of her reply, her slowness of her words.
Cute. You must love them very much. What ages are they?
Age. No. Family. Mice. Mouse. Photo. No. Letter. No. Image. No. Abandon. Left. Alone. Pet. Why'd I put path? You put pain. Bed.
I sleep on the right side of the bed as you come in from the door. You can tell because I have 2 pillows and he just has 1.
Pillows. No. Door.
Yeah, I had to let myself in. The door locks if it swings too.
Lock.
Yes, I always pull it shut and then lock the bigger lock with the key.
Key.
No, I don't think it was. I turned the key but it was already unlocked.
Unlocked. Neighbor. House.
I wasn't in the house.
Hello, Casey. Welcome to a game. Okay. Religious. Religion. Dead parents. No. Kids. Pregnancy. Drums. Band. I'm trying to think what else it could be. When there's one G in it. No. Criminal, nope.
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
Oh! Her guitar. Check gaming. We'll see, we'll see. We'll see. I'm just trying to figure out.
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then. That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up
Ouija
and
board
write
could be
them
big.
down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
Nope. Magic. Oh.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant.
Damn.
Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm. And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us.
Oh.
I didn't tell him.
Big word. Big word.
Waited.
Infertile could be
Her
big.
and I went for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
Infertile, no. House. Done. Bed. Done. Sperm. No. Come. No. And his. Him. Them. Happy we wrote, aren't we? Excited. Game. Superstitious. Oh, wrong one.
It was late, early Saturday morning.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
No, wait, change. Wait. No. I'm thinking it. Saturday. Friday. Morning. Evening. No. Loud? Insecure? Worried? There we go.
This is the third day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. And they say you've been asking a lot of questions.
Questions.
About me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect?
Aha!
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband. Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect?
Eliminate.
That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in two places at once.
No, wait. Places. Two places at once. Team. Ties. Together. One. Oh, okay. Yes. Now.
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
Maybe.
No, I'm okay. Fuck. Are you arresting me? No. Fuck off. Open this door.
Arrest.
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that. This is a nice room. This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them.
Oh.
Yes. No lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for? Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
Huh?
Yes. I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer.
Right.
That can't be right. In the bedroom. In the bedroom.
Oh. Weapon. Law. Cellar. Kitchen. Good. Attic. Pets. No. Cats. That's what they are. Ooh.
Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me. She was sat behind him. She had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
I'm trying to think something. Dark, no. Dress, no. I'm trying to think now. There's a lot to think about. Clue hint. No. Dinner, we got that already. I'm trying to think as well. Got that. Food. Done that. Poison. Hate, no. it? No. No idea.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help? Yeah, that's me. But
Wait. Wait, I spelled February.
Yeah.
February. Ah!
well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
Fuck, wrong thing again. So good.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. Okay, I'll try my best to remember.
Okay.
I didn't murder the wrong person. I'd like to speak to a lawyer now.
Think.
Simon. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
Artistic. Windows, no. Kind.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. With his beard.
Wait. Nah. Shaves it.
Is there anything wrong with ginger hair? It's the best one I have.
Holiday.
It's the Rockington Arms, the Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with. and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks. Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, climb the tower, save the princess.
Do some Amstrad. Printer.
That kind of thing. Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So when I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Tried that.
Simon Smith.
I know we've heard this.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
Helen blondes. Argument. No.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. They had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone.
Ringing the phone?
Checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all.
The Rock.
Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come see him.
The Rock. There you go.
There's married couple stuff. A stupid argument, nothing specific.
No.
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but he never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way. Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
Aha!
I think when I drove back it was about 8 or something. And I got back to the house about 3. So, it was Friday evening.
Oh wait, okay. No.
It's America. Yes. He left after the argument. It was about 8 o'clock.
That was all we get. Clock time.
When I was 8, Mother died. So, oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess The Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong. Yes. Oh God.
That's basically how many times. That's the database.
No, no one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone summoned you from The Rock.
Weeks. No.
My name is Hannah. Hannah.
Local. Alright. No.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh,
What the fuck?
shit. Sorry.
Morning.
Yes. I'll take a lie detector test.
Nothing. I'm good. I'm chilling, bro. Trying to just work this one out.
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work? My name.
Motive.
That was the only question I failed.
Motive. Name. It's a criminal game. A criminal game. You have to find out what happened to the husband. And you gotta go through all the evidence. And videos.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence.
Yeah, I can, but it's...
When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
gotta figure out.
My name.
Midwife? No.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby.
Nice.
I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up.
Clean!
Then she told me she wanted to help more. She said I should move in with her. She would come clean with Simon about me. I was family. I couldn't have a baby in a bedsit. I told her I didn't want to tell Simon. Told her to wait for the time being.
Move in. Wait.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it. She kept me out of sight.
Hidden.
It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing. I never knew any different. I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me. Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess. When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it...
No.
No. It was just me and her. It was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember, that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
I'm gonna put war.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. I mean, really hate her sometimes.
Popular, no. Wait, actually. Boys. Oh!
I wouldn't say that. It could be passionate. It's just, it was more than that. It wasn't just sex like I had been with the other boys.
Passion.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off. I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off.
Trying to think if there's anything from that we could use. I mean, Portsmouth? No. Taxi drive? No. Bob Dylan, no.
My mother called me Eve.
And we tried Eve, right? Yeah, we have.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving.
No, I don't want to
badly.
play comp.
And I hit a taxi. Not a big crash.
Paintwork, wait. I do not want to play Val after already been playing it for a while.
I got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married. Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. No. Well, yes. You found out on my birthday.
I did, yeah.
I told him I was pregnant. No. It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince. Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. So she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited. Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour? Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again? Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the...
Let's watch that a little bit more.
Could the hair with long blonde hair, could they have come from there? We were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and
Pick up. Violent. Oh.
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories. Yes, I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, and still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play up there and make up our own stories. Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches.
Wait.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited.
Inherited. Let's try that.
Up there.
Parts assembled. Reassembled. Moth. Wallpaper. Furniture. Invented.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Trying to think. Ooh.
Yes, this is it. He made it himself. It was a special one-off. He made it and decorated it. That's his thing. Where did you find it?
Made. Ooh.
Yes. The legal stuff was completed very quickly.
legal.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Eric gave Simon the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there. He was wearing a shirt, a blue turtleneck shirt. He was wearing a shirt.
Okay.
A blue turtleneck shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice
watch.
Yes, there's a car that we share.
Cavalier.
Yes, there's a car that we
Van.
Yes, that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa. A silver.
Visa. Silver.
Yes. Eric was like an uncle to him. Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot.
Conferences.
Diana's really nice. She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas party.
Christmas.
Diana's really nice. She helps out with the Glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Party.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. Not really. He would go to the pub.
Pub.
He had.
Aye, 1 minute. Pub.
God, I don't know. Could be anyone. Maybe someone followed him back from the pub. But why would he let them in? Doesn't make sense. Not really. He would go to the pub.
Pub,
He
yeah.
had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric.
Follow.
God. I let them in. Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. and they get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work, maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist.
Nope.
I got in the car and I drove.
Yeah, you drove.
And just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. I just had to sleep.
Sleep.
Yes. I got to Glasgow, I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee.
Petrol, pastry, rubbish truck.
Payphone and then
Payphone.
payphone and then
I'm gonna put north. Nope.
no. I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after.
Yeah.
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents. I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school. They said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me.
Complicated.
Between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us, there's always been. Well, there you go. How many kids? Yeah. I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them.
Hmm. What? We was playing the dead baby. Okay. Well, that is something I did not expect. We played the dead baby. Okay. That's brand new to me and I did not expect that. Okay, that's crazy. Well, that's that game. Holy shit. Wow. That's probably going to get fixed. I'll probably complete the entire game privately now. Wow. You know what, guys? I'm getting a bit tired, so I am going to raid out. I'm going to take my break. It's 6 p.m. I've been streaming for like 10 hours, basically. I'm back to streaming for a bit, but I am tired. So, I'm going to end that there. That ended on a crazy end, I'm not going to lie to you. Crazy ending, but you know what? Good night. I will go get some sleep and come back tomorrow. I'm going to raid Pinku because they're playing day 12 daily streams. So I'm not playing, they're doing something though. But either way, have a good night, guys.